It is 11:32. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Sla Media with me, Mari Mukwanda. ECD teachers are once again forgotten in the rollout for teachers to receive the COVID-19 vaccine over the coming months. We have had to go to court twice or head onto the streets to make our voices heard. We surely deserve better. The young children in our care certainly deserve better. The most vulnerable in society are ignored yet again. Hashtag the forgotten sector. That is an excerpt from the letter to the Minister of Social Development, Minister Lindiwe Zulu. The ECD owners of South Africa, along with other groups, have decided to embark on have decided to probe government to do something about the ECD sectors who have once again been left in the dark, and they are calling ECD practitioners to be vaccinated as well. To tell us more is Jenny Milton de Kock, who is part of the ECD owners of South Africa. Good morning, Jenny. Thank you for joining me.
Morning, Miriam. So nice to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. And yourself?
Very well, thanks.
Right, Jenny. So, how did you come to know that the ECD teachers were excluded from the vaccine rollout? Because, I mean, just this past weekend, we heard that the Minister of Basic Education announced that the teachers will be vaccinated, but there was no mention about ECDs.
You know, Miriam, right from the start, we have very sadly learned that when things are said by Minister Angie Masheka, it does not apply to us. So immediately when we saw it was a DBE rollout, we were suspicious. And then when we saw they did have ECD there because there are some ECD centers that do fall under DBE. If they are on a primary school, or if they go grade R 1, 2, and 3 included in the ECD center, they do fall under basic education. So when we saw it and we saw, it's only 22,000 ECD members, we immediately knew because there are more than 180,000 ECD in the workforce. So we started contacting all our different contacts through the time. And they then started verifying for us. And then eventually Dr. Carol Flock, who's part of the vaccine rollout, because she was actually saying to us, no, you are included. And then she came back and she said, no, it's definite. And I see a lot of the news bulletins have actually caught this topic up and are confirming what we have found out, that we are not part of this rollout. Also, none of us have been contacted to give our workforce information. So anyway, you know, they've got no numbers or ID numbers or anything. So we're not included at all.
So the exclusion, does this mean that ECDs will have to transition to DBE instead of social development?
Look, that transition was in place before actually the pandemic hit. And it's now scheduled, if I haven't got the dates in front of me, I think it's April next year, starting because they are looking at making grade R and grade RR compulsory. We're quite excited about it. You know, we feel that with all due respect, our minister has been very conspicuous in her absence. We never hear from her. We are never addressed. We are always floundering. What's going on? Are we included? Does this mean us? Even when the schools reopened, DBE reopened all the ECD centers under DBE, and we had heard nothing from DSD. And then only they started putting work streams and things together. So we as a group are quite excited about the migration, although we don't know what it means for us at this stage.
Mm-hmm. All right. Obviously, this announcement came as a surprise. Rather as no surprise, since the ECD sectors have always been left out and left in the dark, and this is not the first time. Now, what does the announcement mean for the ECD teachers? And it's not just the teachers that we are talking about. We are talking about everyone who is involved in the ECD sector.
Yeah, from our cleaners, I mean, to their handling waste. Look, we've put a lot of policies and procedures and that in place, but you've got secretaries, you've got maintenance people, you've got groundsmen, security staff. It's not just the practitioners. And I think it must be said that we follow the most incredible protocols and procedures, screening, things like that, but we're dealing with little ones who are the most vulnerable in our society. But you tell me a little one maybe falls or sits there and starts crying, you're going to pick that child up. You cannot keep yourself distanced. You can do the best you can do. And we also tend to work more together, whereas in a school, a teacher walks into her class. Now with Corona, they're not going into the staff room or whatever. We are an ECD sector. Most of them are not structured like that. That there's more interaction with staff and children. And I mean, I've been amazed at how they've managed to adapt, and these little ones, in helping them with social distancing and everything. But then also remember, our little ones are not required to wear masks. And very, very sadly, we are hearing of little ones that are catching the virus. Fortunately, on a whole, and there've been some cases, they are not getting as sick as adults, but they are contagious. What does that mean for the people working with them? Because they are not wearing masks. We are, but they are not wearing masks. So, I think, the most vulnerable and the most, to me, important, those little ones, we've been left in the dark again, and it's not fair. It's really not fair. The forgotten sector is our hashtag, because that's really how we feel. We are left out of everything.
Now, obviously, because you are left out of everything and you feel that nobody rallies behind the ECD sector, what response are you hoping for from the DSD?
As much as we really, really feel we should have been included in this rollout, if we could have even just had some communication, if we could have had a letter saying, listen, you're not included in this for this and this reason, but we are fighting for you. As you can see in our letter that we sent out, we feel that Angela Masheka fights for her sector. And we feel no fight is ever done for us. There's, as I say, no communication. She fought for these vaccines. She got them. Where is somebody fighting for ours? And we're going to carry on and carry on and carry on until we get some sort of resolution, because it's the stimulus package. It's the money that was never paid out to the ECD sector. All of this, it's almost overwhelming how forgotten we actually are.
And it's funny because, we do have kids that go to ECDs. A lot of the people who are working in these big government offices, who work for the Department of Social Development, etc., have kids who go to ECDs. So why do they not rally and push this issue up to ensure that the teachers at ECDs, the practitioners, everyone involved is also vaccinated and part of the vaccine rollout? And how can the people help? How can the general public help with getting the message across?
Well, I think, just support us wherever you can. We did send that letter out. It has gone viral. If you cannot get hold of the letter, I'm actually going to give you my cell phone number, which is 072 579 6749. You can contact me. I will send it to you. We want it out on media wherever it can go, and it is getting exposed. We are seeing, people are shocked because without having the inside knowledge, everybody thought we were included. It's only the fact that we were, and it's sadly to say, expecting it. So that when it was announced, we were already checking the numbers. I mean, the SMSs and the WhatsApps were flying between everybody. Does it include us? This and this, because we already were expecting to be left out. And I find that incredibly sad, incredibly sad. So just help us to rally behind us, to get the word out there, to get as much media attention, bombard DSD with questions, and let's see if maybe they will, for once, actually answer our questions.
All right. Where can people go for more information?
You can go to our Help SA ECD's Facebook page. You just type in Help SA ECDs and it'll come up. We do put constant updates and you know, interviews and things like that on there. I think that is the best way to actually get more information.
All right, Jenny, thank you so much for your time and for shedding light on that exclusion, and hopefully that this will go viral and people will open their eyes to see how the ECD sector has been excluded and hashtag being forgotten, the forgotten sector. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Miriam. Really appreciate you always highlighting our cause.
It's a pleasure. Right, so that was Jenny Milton de Kock, one of the founders of ECD, owners of South Africa. And once again, the ECD sector, it has become the forgotten sector. And you can do your bit by helping this forgotten sector. Go onto their Facebook page, Help SA ECDs, and there's a host of information there. The letter that was sent to the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, is there as well. And if you would like to contact Jenny, you can contact her on 072-579-6749. Just make it go viral, because I mean, ECD sectors it's for us. I mean, we have young kids. Young kids are going to these ECD sectors. They need to be there, because if they are not there, how are we able to go about doing our work and anything else that we need to take care of? So if we are not helping this forgotten sector, then who is going to help them? And we need to put pressure. Somebody needs to be held accountable for the actions. Already the ECD sector has lost out on the relief fund that they were supposed to get, and they did not get it. Once again, they have become the forgotten sector. Right, so you can do your bit to help, and please make sure that you do. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.